Hello to everyone watching and welcome to Tallinn Black Nights Film Festival. My name is Helena Maarja Tarro. I am the festival programmer for the Children and Youth Film Sub-Festival Just Film, and today in this PÖFF TV studio I'm very happy to welcome the director and the screenwriter of the film, Szilárd Bernáth. Sorry.
Yeah.
Welcome. So the film is screening in our youth competition program, and for any of our viewers who are not yet familiar with the content of the movie, so Larry, it tells the story of a teenage boy with a speech disability who is living in the Hungarian countryside, and to express his feelings about his difficult living conditions, he starts writing rap lyrics and expressing himself through music. And so he's voicing many problems faced with disadvantaged youth. Was that a nice introduction to the movie, or do you want to add something?
No, it was.
Yeah? Okay,
Yeah,
perfect. So it's actually a film that is packed with social criticism and maybe even more criticism about Hungarian rural life specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe can you talk a bit about what pushed you to talk about this topic specifically?
I mean, these parts of Hungary, these eastern parts. Yeah, basically this story is based on a true story. I mean, there was a real online talent show back in 2016, I think. And there was a guy there, and he was from that area of Hungary. So it started to, inspiring me, and I was really interested in that area. I started to meet with him. And with his friends, and I started to get neighborhoods and the friends of him. So it started to become more and more interesting for me. It's like a post-socialist area with a lot of closed factories and mining places. So it's very interesting that the post-socialism or the post-socialistic motives still alive at that area. So it was the idea to follow a guy from there to the capital, to Budapest.
Right, and it's so it concentrates on this specific part. It's in the east, right?
Yeah.
Of Hungary.
Yeah.
So what's the name of the part called?
Borsod.
Borsod. Okay. And did you also film there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long was the filming period?
It was, I think we shot 26 days in Borsod, and we shot 2 days in Budapest.
Okay. Yeah,
so
because
28.
Yeah, towards the end of the movie, so Larry, the main character, he ends up going to Budapest, and I really loved. Okay, we're not gonna say any spoilers, but I really loved the ending of the movie. Also, the end scenes in Budapest were amazing, and also there's a very specific moment in the beginning of the film where Larry he tries to get a spare part for his broken car. Maybe definitely you remember it, and when he hears the price of the part, he essentially says what the fuck, this is my whole month's salary.
Yep.
And I found that this was a very good defining moment for the film, because that was the first time I realized that, well, he delivered the line with this desperate hopelessness somehow, and I felt that set the tone for the rest of the movie, and that was I really remember that moment. Do you have any moments in the film like that maybe were more remarkable for you or more memorable?
Wow, hard question.
Yeah. Sorry.
I mean, that moment is important because with that sentence that we know his situation, with the salary and the money.
Yeah.
I think the most interesting part of the first part of the movie, for me, is the church scene. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
And there was a pastor,
Yeah.
a priest,
Mm-hmm.
and they ask Adam about the situation of his father.
Yes.
And this picture, the connection and the dynamics between the father and Adam, I just love that shot.
Okay.
We had very much of a luck with it because it was full improvisation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And is there more improvisation in the movie?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was that actually makes a lot of sense, because I felt like the movie was very raw and real in some way, and that's why yeah, it's difficult to talk about these things in cinema, and so it makes sense that it's improvised. But also it must be said that the main actor, so Bennett Vilmani, he gives a really like amazing performance. Like I'm not really up to date with the state of like Hungarian actors and everything, but he seems to be a very like up and coming name, because I also saw him in another film in Black Nights actually. I think it was called 3,000 Numbered Pieces. If you know it.
Yeah, I know.
So how did you do the casting, and why did the decision fall on him exactly?
Basically, when I started to think about this movie, my first thought was that I'm gonna do this with only amateurs. But when I started to write a script, I figured out that maybe the main character is an actor, because it's so hard, you know, to play this role. And at that time, I made a short film. And Bennett was the main character of that short film, and it was a very unique common work with him at that short movie. And when I continued the script writing period, I just started to see him through the lines, and so basically we didn't make casting for the main role, because I knew during the writing process that he's gonna be the one.
Okay. And when you were writing, did you already have a specific story in mind, or did it kind of change in the process, or did you know how it was gonna end or not?
I mean, the very end, I didn't know. So it's based on a true story, like I said, but it was a very long script writing period, like 3 years or so.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, and it changed a lot.
Okay.
During that period. Became more and more personal story. Like, I write my own stories and my own memories into the stories as well. And but if you ask the final part, I mean, his final performance was in the script for sure. But the very end of the movie, we did it 1 year after the shooting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I didn't know how to end the film, even in the editing process as well. So we had the opportunity to shoot 1 more day.
Well, I found that the end was like a very nice way to pull it all together, and then again not be too unrealistic in some way, but it was very beautifully executed, I feel like. And also about the actor, it's true that he was very professional about it, because a big part of the movie is that the main character has a speaking disability and he stutters. How did you execute that? Was it difficult to work this through with him? Did you have like somebody on set who gave him clues how to do it? Or
we didn't have on set, but we had like a half year or so, maybe 1 year preparation for that role. We went to a speech, how do you say it, speech...
like a speech training?
Speech trainer, yeah. And he helped him a lot to, create his own way to stutter.
Right. And lastly, how were the song texts born? Because I feel like that was a very big part of the movie. And were you the one who wrote them also?
No. Basically, it was my composer wrote the music part of it. And then Bennett wrote the biggest part of it. I mean, the lyrics.
Okay, so it was actually the actor.
Yeah.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Because that plays a huge role in the movie.
Yeah.
But I found that was a very, it gave a lot to the story as well. Yeah. Lastly, maybe since it's a festival, Youth Film is a festival for a pretty young audience. I'm thinking maybe there's some young viewers who are watching this right now. Perhaps do you have any advice for young creatives who are like trying to enter the industry, or what is the best thing about being like a filmmaker or director?
I don't know. Well, I would say if they can stop it, to making films, then maybe it's not for them.
Okay.
But if they cannot stop, then I don't have to say anything.
Okay, well, sure. Well, in any case, thank you so much for coming. I wish you a lot of luck with Larry in the youth competition program, and best of luck for the future.
Thank you very much.